What if the secret to finding lasting love wasn't about flashy dates, expensive gifts, or chasing the latest trends, but instead about centuries-old traditions, subtle gestures, and a deep respect for legacy? In the world of old money, romance has always been less about performance and more about principles. Before we uncover these unspoken rules of courtship among the generationally wealthy, make sure you subscribe to our channel. This way, you'll never miss a story that lifts the curtain on the hidden lives of the elite. When most people think of the ultra-wealthy, images of champagne dinners, exotic vacations, and dramatic proposals often come to mind. That may be true for the new money crowd, those who thrive on displays of wealth and extravagance. But for old money men, dating is not a spectacle. It is a calculated yet graceful process, shaped by tradition, privacy, and family expectations. Old money men are raised with a strong sense of continuity. They don't see dating as a series of fleeting encounters. They view it as the first step towards securing a legacy. Courtship, in their eyes, is about more than attraction. It's about compatibility, values, and social alignment. Privacy above all. One of the most defining traits of old money romance is discretion. An old money man does not broadcast his love life. You won't find him posting dramatic declarations online or showing off gifts in public. Instead, the relationship unfolds quietly, away from prying eyes. A dinner at a private club, a walk through the family estate's gardens, or a shared evening at a discreet cultural event. These are the settings where romance blossoms. This is not because old money is unromantic, but because privacy is part of their family's survival strategy. Scandals damage reputations. Discretion protects both the family name and the intimacy of the relationship. Courtship as tradition. Unlike modern dating culture, which often emphasizes spontaneity and independence, old money men typically follow traditions. Introductions may come through family friends, at country clubs, or during university years at Ivy League schools. These environments ensure that both parties share similar backgrounds, values, and social circles. For outsiders, this can seem restrictive, even elitist. But within old money circles, it's viewed as a way to build relationships on shared understanding. The family legacy is at stake, and marrying someone with drastically different values could threaten that stability. Loyalty over flashiness. An old money man is less interested in dazzling a partner with the latest car or luxury watch. Instead, he demonstrates loyalty through reliability, attentiveness, and consistency. The subtle message is this: wealth is not used to impress but to create security and stability. Dating in these circles is rarely casual. Old money men approach romance as both personal and practical. Yes, love is important, but so is strategy. The role of family approval. Family involvement is significant. A serious relationship will almost always involve parental introductions early on. Not because the family is controlling, but because their opinion carries weight in preserving the family's legacy. A suitor knows that approval is not just about charm. It's about character, upbringing, and the ability to carry the family values into the next generation. The subtlety of manners. Polished manners play a central role in old money dating. These men have been trained since childhood in etiquette: how to converse without dominating the room, how to listen attentively, how to respect boundaries. These qualities, while understated, make a lasting impression. For them, holding the door, sending a handwritten note, or remembering small details are not grand gestures. They're simply part of who they are. Patience and long courtships. Unlike the fast pace of modern dating, old money men often prefer long courtships. They want to be certain of their choice, and they understand that trust takes time to build. Months, sometimes years, are invested in getting to know a partner before marriage is even discussed. The emphasis is not on quick passion, but on enduring partnership. This patience also allows families to observe the relationship's progression, ensuring that it aligns with expectations. How old money differs from new money in romance. While old money and new money men may both have wealth, their approaches to romance are strikingly different. New money. Dates may involve extravagant gestures, flying to Paris for dinner, luxury shopping sprees, or over-the-top gifts. The focus is often on impressing through spectacle. Old money. Romance is understated. A picnic in the family's rose garden, a private viewing at an art gallery, or a weekend at a historic estate. The focus is on intimacy, tradition, and shared values. This difference reflects deeper philosophies. New money uses wealth to signal success, while old money uses it to preserve continuity and cultivate trust. For old money men, dating is not an end in itself. It's a precursor to marriage. The transition from courtship to marriage is deliberate, carefully paced, and deeply rooted in family customs. Marriage as legacy, not just love. In many ways, marriage within old money families is about weaving two legacies together. While love is essential, the union is also seen as a strategic alliance. Families ask, will this strengthen our name? Will this preserve our traditions? Will this partner embody values we can proudly pass down to our children? For outsiders, this might sound transactional, but within old money circles, it's simply practical. After all, wealth without stability often disappears within a generation. Love without legacy, they believe, cannot withstand the test of time. The proposal. Unlike the viral, choreographed proposals that dominate social media, old money proposals are rarely public. They are intimate moments, sometimes shared in a private garden, at a quiet family gathering, or during a walk on ancestral grounds. The engagement ring, while elegant, is often understated. Rather than focusing on sheer size or flamboyance, the choice usually reflects family history. Heirloom rings are common, passed down through generations, tying the new marriage to the lineage that came before it. Wedding traditions. Old money weddings, though elegant, often lean toward tradition rather than spectacle. They are not about impressing strangers with over-the-top displays, but about honoring family heritage. Ceremonies might be held in historic churches or at family estates, with guest lists carefully curated to include those within their social circle. It's less about Instagram-worthy moments and more about maintaining continuity. A wedding that looks and feels similar to those celebrated by parents and grandparents. What old money men seek in a partner? While every individual has personal preferences, old money men tend to share certain priorities when choosing a life partner. Shared values over status. Symbols. A common misconception is that old money men only look for beauty or high social standing. In reality, shared values matter far more. They look for someone who understands discretion, respects tradition, and can thrive in environments where grace and etiquette are non-negotiable. For example, a partner who is comfortable engaging in refined dinner conversation, attending charity galas, or hosting at a country estate will naturally align with their lifestyle. Intellectual compatibility. Old money men value intelligence, not necessarily academic brilliance, but intellectual curiosity and the ability to converse thoughtfully. A partner who can hold their own in discussions about culture, history, or world events is seen as a true asset. Character above glamour. Integrity, loyalty, and reliability outweigh glamour or extravagance. Old money families have endured for centuries precisely because they choose partners who value commitment and responsibility over fleeting excitement. The responsibilities of marriage. Marriage in old money families carries responsibilities that go beyond the relationship itself. A wife is often seen as a partner not only in private life but in public representation. Hosting dinners, attending charitable events, and supporting cultural institutions become part of the couple's shared duties. An old money man seeks a partner who can gracefully step into this role, someone who understands that marriage is not just about personal happiness, but also about upholding the family's presence in society. Once married, couples often become part of a broader family system that includes traditions such as weekly dinners, annual gatherings, or involvement in family foundations. This creates a sense of continuity, but it also requires a commitment to family obligations. An old money man knows that marriage is not only about love, but also about unity within the family network. Choosing a spouse who can adapt to these expectations is crucial. The contrast with modern dating norms. Perhaps the most striking difference between old money marriages and mainstream dating is the rejection of the temporary mindset. Mainstream dating, often characterized by swiping apps, short-lived connections, and the idea that someone better is always one click away. Old money marriage, built on permanence. Divorce is viewed as a last resort, and relationships are approached with the expectation of longevity from the very beginning. In this sense, old money men see marriage less as a romantic gamble and more as an investment in the future. Why this approach still fascinates today. In an age where dating apps and instant gratification dominate, the old money approach feels almost foreign. And yet, it fascinates. TikTok clips, blogs, and even popular novels are reintroducing the concept of traditional courtship, sparking curiosity among younger generations. People are drawn to the elegance, patience, and authenticity of old money dating. It offers a counterbalance to the fast-paced, often superficial culture of modern romance. For many, it raises the question, what if love is not about chasing trends, but about building something timeless? Balancing love and duty. For old money men, marriage is both deeply personal and inherently public. It is a partnership where affection must coexist with obligation. Unlike the follow your heart at any cost narrative that dominates modern romance, their approach balances love with responsibility. Love in old money marriages tends to grow out of stability rather than chaos. They don't romanticize drama or unpredictability. Instead, they see love as the steady bond that strengthens two people through decades of shared traditions, responsibilities, and family life. This doesn't mean passion is absent, it simply evolves differently. An old money man is more likely to show affection through consistency, being present, honoring commitments, and creating a safe environment for his family to thrive. For many, the ultimate duty is to ensure that the family's wealth, reputation, and traditions survive for the next generation. This means that decisions within marriage, from raising children to managing estates, are often made with the long view in mind. Children are raised with the same values, and the couple is expected to guide them into the social, educational, and cultural frameworks that define old money life. The unspoken rules of harmony. Every relationship has unspoken rules, but in old money marriages, these are particularly significant. They are less about control and more about maintaining dignity, reputation, and peace within the family. Rule 1. Discretion in conflict. Arguments and challenges are handled privately. An old money man is raised to never air grievances publicly or risk scandal. Discretion protects the family name and preserves mutual respect. Rule 2. Shared responsibilities. While traditional roles may be emphasized, old money men understand marriage as a partnership. Their wives often play central roles in philanthropy, community involvement, and family networking. The expectation is that both contribute, though in different ways. Rule 3. Loyalty as non-negotiable. Infidelity or disloyalty is not just a personal betrayal. It's seen as a direct threat to the family's stability. Loyalty is prized above all, and maintaining trust is considered a duty to both partner and lineage. To truly understand this world, one must look at real-life examples where old money romance influenced not just families, but entire societies. The Kennedys, often referred to as America's royal family, the Kennedys embodied old money ideals of marriage. Despite personal complexities, the image they projected was one of unity, tradition, and elegance. Their unions weren't just personal, they symbolized alliances between powerful families. The Vanderbilts. In the Gilded Age, the Vanderbilts used marriage to solidify their status among established elite circles. Weddings were carefully orchestrated events, blending romance with social strategy. The Rockefellers. The Rockefellers approached marriage as a blend of faith, tradition, and responsibility. Their unions were less about spectacle and more about continuity, ensuring the family's legacy through careful selection of partners who aligned with their values. These families remind us that in old money circles, love stories are not just private affairs, they're chapters in a much larger narrative of generational influence. Why the old money way endures? Despite shifting cultural norms, the old money approach to dating and marriage endures for a reason. It provides stability in a world obsessed with speed, privacy in an age of oversharing, and longevity in a society where divorce is common. The allure lies in its timelessness. While modern dating emphasizes convenience, old money romance emphasizes commitment. While new money courts attention, old money courts respect. For many, this raises an uncomfortable yet fascinating question. Have we lost something valuable by moving away from traditions that prioritize loyalty, patience, and legacy? In the end, old money men approach dating and marriage not as fleeting experiences, but as deliberate steps in shaping a legacy. Their love is private, their gestures subtle, and their commitments enduring. For them, marriage is less about making headlines and more about making history together. And perhaps that is the greatest secret of all. In a world chasing instant gratification, the families who endure are those who invest in love with the patience of centuries. Because in the world of old money, marriage isn't just about romance, it's about forever.